3 hours together and then come for lunch. Yeah. You come for lunch here and we go for lunch there. I mean, we'll see. Maybe we do 2 hours Novo Mesto and then you just come back and we do Brežice without a group or something. Hare Krishna. Okay. Krishna. Working. Okay, good. Jarada Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Shodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachariyam Yamunatira Vanachariyam Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Shatrashata Shishimad His Divine Grace Shila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. Guru and Shikoranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, text number 8. I'll explain later why I will do from this laptop. Tritiyam Rishi Sargam Vai Devarshitvam Upetya Saha Tantram Sattvatam Achashta Naishkarmyam Karmanam Yataha Tritiyam Rishi Sargam Vai Devarshitvam Upetya Saha Tantram Sattvatam Achashta Naishkarmyam Karmanam Yataha. Tritiam rishi sargam vai. Itvam petyasa. Tram satamachashta. Nirvanam bhataya. Tritiam rishi sargam vai. Varishtuvatma paityasaha. Tantram sadvatam achashtam. Nishkarmya karmanam yataha. Shri rishi sargam vai. Varshitvam upetyasa. Tantram sadvatam achashta. Nishkarmyam karmanam yata. Tritiyam. The third one. Rishi Sargam. The millennium of the rishis. Why? Certainly. The Varshitvam. Incarnation of the rishi among the demigods. Upetya, having accepted. Saha, he. Tantram, exposition of the Vedas. Sattvatvam, which is especially meant for devotional service. Achasta, collected. Naiskarmyam, non-fruitive. Karmanam, of work. Yataha, from which. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In the millennium of the rishis, the personality of Godhead accepted the third empowered. In the millennium of the rishis, the personality of Godhead accepted the third empowered incarnation in the form of Devarshi Narada, who is a great sage among the demigods. He collected expositions of the Vedas which deal with devotional service and which inspire non-fruitive action. Purport. The great Rishi Narada, who is an empowered incarnation of the personality of Godhead, propagates devotional service all over the universe. All great devotees of the Lord all over the universe and in different planets and species of life are his disciples. Srila Vyasadeva, the compiler of the Srimad Bhagavatam, is also one of his disciples. Narada is the author of Narada Pancharatra, which is the exposition of the Vedas particularly for the devotional service of the Lord. This Narada Pancharatra trains the karmis, or the fruitive workers, to achieve liberation from the bondage of fruitive work. The conditioned souls are mostly attracted by fruitive work because they want to enjoy life by the sweat of their own brows. The whole universe is full of fruitive workers in all species of life. The fruitive works include all kinds of economic development plans. But the law of nature provides that every action has its resultant reaction, and the performance of the work is bound up by such reactions, good or bad. The reactions of good work is comparative material prosperity, whereas the reaction of bad work is comparative material distress. But material conditions, either in so-called happiness or in so-called distress, are all meant ultimately for distress only. Foolish materialists have no information of how to obtain eternal happiness in the unconditional state. Shri Narada informs these foolish fruitive workers how to realize the reality of happiness. He gives direction to the diseased man of the world, how one's present engagement can lead one to the path of spiritual emancipation. The physician directs the patient to take treated milk in the form of curd for his sufferings from indigestion due to his taking another milk preparation. So the cause of the disease and the remedy of the disease may be the same, but it must be treated by an expert physician like Narada. The Bhagavad Gita also gives the same solution of serving the Lord by the fruits of one's labor. That will lead one to the path of Naishkarmya or liberation. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shimate Praladananda Swamiti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashite Adeshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here we have something about Narada Muni and his mission. And it says that most of the people are fruitive workers. And Srila Prabhupada says in the purport that most of the people are fruitive workers. And it's actually, he even includes those people who are not fruitive workers according to the, in a stricter sense, karmis are those who are following karma kanda. So those who are following some Vedic rituals. But Srila Prabhupada includes in this category also the other people who make some plans for economic development. What's the purpose? Sense enjoyment. And the mission of Narada Muni is to bring these people somehow, bring them to devotional service. So Srila Prabhupada explains that there's he has many disciples. It's if you look throughout Bhagavatam, you see that every time someone is somehow interested in spiritual life, Narada Muni just happens to pass by. You know, it's like, hello, just happens to pass by, and that's probably also our mission. You know, like whenever there is someone who has some thoughts. We should do so much preaching that whenever someone has some little thought of spiritual life, there's a Hare Krishna around. They say, "Hey, hi, how are you today?" Oh, so anyway, because today we start this Brahmacari retreat experience. We don't have a title for this. I thought that actually I was preparing some slides for that, and I thought it's relevant to the topic. So I will share some slides from you. We'll see how much, and yeah, a bit of what we're trying to do. Yeah, okay. Some objectives. One of the objectives, I was talking with Lomanchita Prabhu last time I was in Zagreb. We had a Brahmacari meeting. At some point I was thinking, oh, there's no need to discuss about this. You know, you're fixed in Krishna consciousness, and what's the need of discussing about how to be a Brahmachari? Because you're fixed, doesn't matter what happens around you, you just chant Hare Krishna and go out and preach, and that's it, you know. And this somehow changed in my mind, because you can see, if you want to bring some devotees to this level, you need something more than just. I was talking with Trai Prabhu yesterday. We also here we had Harinam Sankirtan groups. We had one group. It was everything was like boom, 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 boom. After some time, disappeared. Next group. So we're now we have this understanding that probably we should invest more in education, because you know, like without education and without the devotees being steady. I was joking with Trai Prabhu. I was telling you, we know we have very good Sankirtan devotees, but they have to also be strong devotees, you know. Otherwise, you go, you distribute some books 1 day, 2 days, and then where are you? So anyway, and also the ISKCON reality nowadays, it's not, it's everywhere, is that in Prabhupada's times, at least in the beginning, you had to live in the temple. The point was, if you don't live in the temple, you're not a devotee. That was the mood, you know. So of course, that's not the proper understanding. And nowadays, maybe not officially, but somehow unofficially, it's somehow moved to the other extreme. If you live in the temple, no problem, you'll just get married soon, so we don't need to worry about you. Well, you're a brahmachari. Yeah, no problem. You'll find you a nice wife. So the point is that there is a need, you know, like there's a need to train grihastas. There's also a need to train brahmacharis, and there's also a need to promote brahmachari life like a option, you know. It's an option also, you know, like you might, you know, like even devotees nowadays, they ask, they're like, what's gonna happen to, what do you want to become, you know, when you're, oh, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be an IT engineer, I want to be, and yeah, but how about you might clean your Krishna's temple for 20 years. Is this not a career? According to the material perspective, it's not a career. Yeah, this low class, you know. But if you read the Shastras, if you ask Krishna what he thinks this is a good career. It's better than being a lawyer or president of Slovenia or whatever you are, you know, like. This is a career. So the point is that we should also promote this. Yeah, there's an option. You become a grihasta. There's also this option. We're not saying that we don't want to go back to like Prabhupada's times. Everyone has to be a brahmachari, or otherwise they finish. No, it just probably things gone a bit, you know, like there was one imbalance in Prabhupada's time, and now probably they are in this, and we try to find some middle, you know. So, so the point is, one of the objectives is that we should promote this brahmachari life. Oh, this is also an option. You can also live in the temple. There's more to that. So that's one of the points. We want to create some brahmachari communities. You know, like there's not so many people who want to adopt this temple lifestyle. So it's good to have connection with, you know, like we have here Zagreb or other communities, you know, which are trying to do the same thing. And also, one point is that we want to counteract some common misconceptions. It says most of the devotees think, oh, this brahmacharya is for brahmacharis. I'm in white. I'm a grihasta, or I'm going to be a grihasta, so this is not relevant for me. So this is not this is not true. According to Vedic culture, if you want to become a good grihasta, one of the best ways to become a good grihasta is to become a good brahmachari. Because as grihasta is also an ashram. So in the grihasta ashrams, you also have to control the senses. You also have to accept some authority. No? And of course, if you don't start, as His Grace Mahatma Prabhu said, if you don't start with that mood, your grihasta life is gonna be a mess. If you think that okay, now I'm gonna get married in maybe I was a brahmachari before, now I'm gonna get married and enjoy life. Life is good. We're here to enjoy. Well, if you're in this mood, in the Grihastha ashram, you're in trouble. So we'll come a bit back to that point. So the point is that also there's brahmacharis, there's Grihastha brahmacharis, and there's Grihamedis. I was talking with Dharma Prabhu. He said, I'm brahmachari also. And he was like, yeah, I have my wife. I associate with my wife. And then other women. Hare Krishna. So I'm also a brahmachari. Why not? Anyway, so the point is, we try to, of course I'll probably not finish all the points I have here, but yeah, just to start some discussion in this. So this is the definition Hari Parshad Prabhu gave for brahmacharya. Brahmachari means one who dwells on the absolute truth. Of course, there's many definitions of brahmachari, many understandings in different culture. One is that you have to be celibate. One, in a larger sense, brahmachari also means that to control your senses. So not just, but in a more specific sense, we are not interested so much in how to be a brahmachari in general. You know, where His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj wrote a book. It's called Brahmacharya in Krishna Consciousness. So we're not interested to be brahmacharis in general. We're interested to develop brahmacharya in Krishna consciousness. So in the context of Krishna consciousness. Okay. A bit on why. There's this verse, famous verse from Bhagavad Gita. Vyasayatin kabudira keha kurunandanam bahushaka hyanantascha budayo vyasainam. It says, those who are on this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many-branched. So the point is, you want to become Krishna conscious. Yeah, that's the purpose of life. Srila Prabhupada said many times, you want to go back home, back to Godhead. Yeah. So that's the purpose. So you have to be one-pointed. Yeah, I just want to, that's my only interest in life. That's my, and in this context, there's a verse Krishna says after, Bhogashvarya prasaktanam taya pahrita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhir samadau navidiyate. It says, in the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. So it says, Krishna says, first he says, you have to be one-pointed, and then he says, if you have too much sense gratification, you'll not be one-pointed. Because you'll not be. So that's the same thing that Srila Prabhupada talks about in the purport. Yeah, sense gratification and Krishna consciousness don't go together. You know, like that's sometimes they say, how can you go west if you are starting towards the east? You know? That's, I told you before, there's this parallel in Yoga Sutra that you have a river with two, how you say this, bank or anyway, it has two banks, the left side and the right side, and it's like if you are if you river, the sides of the river. So if you want to go to left side of the river and then you row towards the left side, you know, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, you do japa, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, very focused. you try to follow everything. And then the rest of the time you turn back and 3 hours, 5 hours you row in the other direction. When you gonna reach to the left bank? Never. So that's the point. Krishna consciousness and sense gratification don't go well together. And of course, there's this verse I quoted yesterday that says that what is attractive for normal people is not so attractive for the devotees. And what's the most attractive for normal people? Ooh. I mean, there's also this explanation by also this verse in Bhagavad Gita. It mainly says that the material world is like a tree and is a reflection of the spiritual world. So whatever is the most attractive, whatever is the most elevated in the spiritual world, that's the most abominable in the in the material world. So what's the most attractive thing in the spiritual world? It's Krishna's relationship with the gopis. That's the most elevated things. But in the material world, this parakya rasa, these unmarried relationships, this is the most degraded thing. So that's the point. Material world is so much emphasis, especially now in Kali Yuga, especially now. When I grew up, it wasn't so much emphasis, like on. But now it's like sex. Everything is about such an atmosphere. So this is really that's the actual culture. But we have to understand that this is not Vedic culture, and it's not really conducive to spiritual life. So yeah, some quotes from Srila Prabhupada. I'm trying to make this okay. Maybe okay, that I also can see something. Yeah, it's not. I'll just. It's just some random quotes. Maybe they are not in order, but yeah. So first one: the whole material creation is moving under the principle of sex life. In modern civilization, sex life is the focal point for all activities. That's what Srila Prabhupada says. Yeah, I had this. I told you before. I had this realization before Krishna consciousness. I was talking with someone. Anyway, I'll try to put it on mute. So the whole material world is about sex, and usually normal men would not do anything if there would not be this motivation. Gross or subtle, of course. Okay, next one. To become restless in the contact of women and wealth is not an astonishment, because every living being is associated with such things from remote time, practically immemorial, and it takes time to recover from this foreign nature. But if one is engaged in hearing the glories of the Lord, gradually he realizes his real position. By the grace of God, such a devotee gets sufficient strength to defend himself from the state of disturbances, and gradually all disturbing elements are eliminated from his mind. So Srila Prabhupada says, yes, this is somehow natural. Why is it? Why it seems natural? Because that's what we were doing since we came to the material world. We are doing this like forever, like we trying to enjoy material world. But he says no, that this is not good. This is not this. He says it takes time to recover from this foreign nature for the soul. This is not good. Like sometimes people give this. I give this example to people that for an alcoholic, drinking vodka is natural. he thinks, well, this this is natural. This is how I feel, because many people say, oh, this is, I want to feel, and whatever I feel, I will do, And you say, okay, for someone who's alcoholic, it's natural to drink a bottle of vodka. But if you go on a deeper level, is it natural? Is it what the soul wants? That's the dream of the soul. Okay, give me another bottle of vodka. No. So anyway, next. It is essential that one practice self-control by celibacy without the least desire for sex indulgence. For a man desiring to improve the condition of his existence, sex indulgence is considered suicidal or even worse. Therefore, to live apart from family life means to become self-controlled in regard to all sense desires, especially sex desires. Oh, the next one is really nice. It says, the human being is a social animal, and his unrestricted mixing with the fair sex leads to downfall. Such social freedom of man and woman, especially among the younger section, is certainly a great stumbling block on the path of spiritual progress. Material bondage is due only to sexual bondage, and therefore unrestricted association of man and woman is surely a great impediment. This is Srila Prabhupada saying. So, okay, so Srila Prabhupada says, many times criticizes this modern civilization that young people, young boys and young girls associate. And then this leads to all sorts of disturbances. He says like cats and dogs. He uses sometimes Prabhupada uses these heavy words. So it should be clear that, okay, this is not culture. This is not the culture. And what's the Vedic culture? Well, the Vedic culture, okay, you can see. It says the Brahmacari, or a boy from the age of 5 years, especially from the higher caste, namely from the scholarly parents, the Brahmanas, the administrative parents, the Kshatriyas, or the mercantile or productive parents, the Vaishyas, is trained until 25 years of age under the care of a bona fide guru or teacher, and under strict observance of disciplines, he comes to understand the values of life along with taking specific training for a livelihood. So that's Vedic culture. Vedic culture means first you get trained as a brahmachari. Of course, it's explained here that Shudras usually don't get trained as brahmacharis. But everyone should get trained as a brahmachari. It's not for some people and for others not. No, it's for everyone. And this training means that you go to Gurukul. There's only brahmacharis. Of course, I mean, anyway. So that's until 25 they are trained as brahmacharis. Okay, you learn. Okay, you see every woman as a mother. You don't associate with women because there are none there. And very nice. And then Srila Prabhupada says, the brahmachari is then allowed to go home and enter household life and get married to a suitable woman. So he says, no problem. You have desire to get married, no problem, absolutely no problem. At some point there was this idea that if you are a brahmachari and you become a grihasta, then you have fallen. And I mean, there's some truth to that. If you're a brahmachari and you really become a grihasta, then no, you're not fallen. But there's if you're a brahmachari and you fall in love and you marry to someone just because she looks good or so on, then that's a fall down. It is a fall down, it's not. So also the transition from Brahmachari life to Grihastha life, in Vedic culture it was done like very, very methodical, very like with a cool head. Sometimes Prabhupada was using this word, with a cool head. Very, in a very intelligent way. And also in Vedic culture, the grihastas didn't go to karmi jobs, probably not so much, you know, like they didn't go to, oh, now I move out of the temple, I have to go to this corporation, associate with this, get this strange job to maintain my family, which is maybe not completely sattvic. It was a different culture. So anyway, the point is that for a brahmachari who becomes a brahmachari who becomes a grihastha, he has to do it like really with a cool head. Otherwise, it's gonna be a disaster. Otherwise, his family life is gonna, like he has to think, where will I live? How will I earn my living? How many children will I have? No, many things you have to think ahead, you know, like, okay, you know. Otherwise, you know, like it's gonna, if you do it on a bad platform, then it's gonna be a disaster. So that's the point, yeah. For a brahmachari to transition to grihastha is not uncommon, but it should be done properly. You know, like usually they. In Vedic culture, they have some committees, some parents who will find you a suitable wife. They will check the astrological chart. They will know about the compatibility, that it's a bit deeper than I like her. Oh, she looks so good. Amazing. She would be a good wife. Why? Because she looks good. Right. That's not. So anyway, that's the point. Some brahmacharis will become grihastas, probably most of them, but still this is there's a training needed. Okay, I'll just read the rest of the brahmachari is then allowed to go home and enter household life and get married to a suitable woman. But there are many brahmacharis who do not go home to become householders. Shri Panchatattva ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. But continue the life of Naishtika brahmacharis without any connection with women. They accept the order of sannyasa or the renounced order of life, knowing well that combination with women is an unnecessary burden that checks self-realization. Since sex desire is very strong at a certain stage of life, the guru may allow the brahmachari to marry. This license is given to a brahmachari who is unable to continue the way of Naishtika brahmacharya, and such discriminations are possible for the bona fide guru. A program of so-called family planning is needed, what we're talking about. Thus, householders who associate with women under scriptural restrictions, after a thorough training of brahmacharya, cannot be a householder like cats and dogs. Such a householder, after 50 years of age, would retire from the association of women as a vanaprastha, to be trained to live alone without the association of women. When the practice is complete, the same retired householder becomes a sannyasi, strictly separate from women, even from his married wife. Studying the whole scheme of disassociation from women, it appears that a woman is a stumbling block for self-realization. Anyway, that's Prabhupada's words. Yeah, so the point is that this attraction is very strong, and if someone wants to become a grihastha, if he wants to become a good grihastha, he should be a good brahmachari. And even if he becomes a grihastha, at some point he should get less involved in family life, less and less and less and less. And at some point, he should take sannyas. Of course, it's not. This is Vedic culture, and how do we apply it in the West? That's like Ananda Vardhana Prabhu was talking yesterday evening about culture, about Daivi Varnashrama. So we also need to. Srila Prabhupada didn't introduce Daivi Varnashrama, but he introduced Brahmacari ashrama, Grihastha ashrama. So we should understand in this way, and we should understand it that even if you're a Grihastha, the purpose is, okay, you have Grihastha life for some time, and then you renounce also. Because what's the purpose? The purpose is to dedicate yourself fully to Krishna consciousness. All right. I guess this is a good time to stop. I have many slides, but this is like good for round one. Okay. If there are some questions, concerns, objections. Toshan Krishna Prabhu. Mike.
You say, Hare Krishna, you say that even in Grihastha ashram you have some authorities. I assume the Grihastha ashram is your home. So what will be that authorities at your home? Or I misunderstood something.
No, the point is that Grihastha ashram, it's not that if you live in a temple, you have some temple president, authorities, and so on. And then you're in Grihastha ashram, you're at home, and you can do whatever you like. For you still have a guru, you know.
Yes, I understand. Okay, guru, yes, okay.
You still have a guru, and still you probably will want to do some devotional service.
Of course.
You know, like probably you will want to go for Harinam. And for Harinam there will be some, I don't know, some organization. You'll probably be participate in the temple. And when you're in the temple,
okay, I understand now, yes.
Yeah, you probably participate in some Namahata. You know, like you go in Namahata, you're like, now I'm Grihastha, there's this Namahata leader, so he has his his ideas, I have my ideas, I can do whatever I want. So that in that sense, you know, like, and if you learn these skills in Brahmacari life, then you will be able to cooperate very nicely after. Okay, you cooperate with some temple, with some preaching project, because I mean usually no one will come and tell you where to put your I don't know, where to wash your laundry or something. They will probably not come in your house and tell you, yeah, this laundry, you should put it here. But anyway, you have this sense control that you already understood, that you'll be more disciplined. So in that sense, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, I'm happy that Devadeva Prabhu said this. You'll have the authority, the wife. That's a half joke, you know.
Yes, I think of that, but I won't mention. Yes.
That's half joke, but anyway. All right, Devadeva Prabhu.
This is a very important point. Without authorities and without guides, very difficult to maintain spiritual our life. We are Grihastha means it's not have any authority. It's very dangerous.
Yeah.
And one day you can go back again material, because I am traveling many places over the world. Then I realize the devotees like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, in Middle East. Now all the people they have very nice community. They are not Brahmacari, all Grihastha.
Yeah.
But they have spiritual is very nice activity they are doing. Every day they come, do seva in the temple. They not like those work. They are hard working. Too much hard working there. But still they are maintain the spiritual is amazing. Sometimes I feel like a brahmachari also follower. the whatever they're doing for the spiritual, they attending every class, every Dao. So I feel because of reason of good association, all that live together, they each other, they cooperate, they love, they care, is very important. The love, care, and they not speak without some devotees, what is our problem, then never will be solved the life. It will never he feel the happiness in the spiritual. Because you need to open to your heart to share. Always the devotee said, you must share to devotees, to another devotees. So then we together make more improvement our spiritual. This is my have fault, everyone have fault. But when you discuss this, then make solution. Then we more improve our devotional service. Then I feel really they are when have together, they are coming temple. It's most important. I feel they connecting with devotees. They each other love and care, connecting. And when not have connecting with devotees, envy, jealousy, then separate. Oh, I don't go this, I don't go there, I don't go temple there. Temple something happen, this happen. When have this type, then very difficult to maintain devotional service. And one day I see the people, they gone to material world. They not live any more spiritual improvement, don't see. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, everything you said is is perfect. Yeah, the point is that the skill is you can learn in temple, in Brahmacari life, and the Brahmacharya skills, they are not like, I was looking this morning, and it's like, you don't say that sadhana is just for brahmacharis, for temple devotees. No, sadhana is for everyone. It's universal principle. You see, Durlabha Gaurahari, he comes every morning, you know. It's not like, I'm a grihasta, I don't have to do sadhana. No, of course you have to do sadhana. You know? Maybe you do it a bit different, maybe, you know, you have some restriction about timing, when, and so on. Anandavardhana Prabhu, he comes here, he wakes up, I don't know when he wakes up, because he wakes up before me, you know, like, so he has sadhana, you know, like, so it's not, there's like some principles. It's not that you're brahmachari, grihasta, it's the same, you know, like, there's, Lord Chaitanya says, asat sanga tyaga e vaishnavachara. The symptom of a devotee is that he avoids the association of non-devotees. So that's why because in the West we don't have farms, you know, like we don't have farms, we don't have communities. That's really important, you know, like, and then our devotees will go to work. Where they will go to work? In the association of non-devotees. But Lord Chaitanya says, asat sanga tyaga, you have to avoid association of non-devotees. And so we also have, you know, we have to work on this, the Brahmacharya ashram, we have to work on grihasta communities, you know, that someone who is like in Chaupati, I heard if you're a Brahmachari and then you want to get married, the grihasta community will do everything, you know, like they will buy you a house, you'll get a house, you'll get a job, you know, like many spiritual groups, which are maybe from spiritual perspective, they are not on our platform, you know, like they don't talk about Krishna and so on, Christians or this. They have this understanding, oh, someone from here will find him a wife, will find him a job, will find him this, where he's in the association of like-minded people. Otherwise, you know, he's not in the association of the devotees. He's going away. So everything you said, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to always stay in the association of devotees, but also it's how you stay in the association of the devotees. You know, like you have to always have mentors. You have to have someone who can correct you.
Yes.
You have to be, and that's why temple is easier in that way, you know, like, because someone will see you. What are you doing, Prabhu? You know, like, you're visible, your sadhana is visible. Oh, you didn't come for the morning program. Why? What's happening with, you know, like, someone can ask you, you know, like, but, you know, you're at home, and you're not, so, yeah, I mean, that's why we want to have sadhana for grihasta devotees. You have to report your sadhana. Because if you're responsible to someone, then you will do it. If you're not responsible to someone, maybe you will do it, maybe you will not do it, you know. You know, you're a leader of the community. Okay, you're a leader. What? It is a spiritual community. Where is your sadhana? Where is your sadhana sheet? Yeah. Prabhu, I mean, you come here, you talk nicely, but where is your sadhana? You know, where is this is a spiritual community, you know, like. So yeah, there's principles that apply for everyone. Yeah, just saying the same thing you said with different words. So, yeah. All right. Thank you so much for your tolerance. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.